Hi everybody, welcome back to Geography English Medium Grade 9 Lesson 2 Part 5. This is the last part of this lesson, so hooray for that. Anyway, if you've been there for my other parts, you probably know that the lesson name is Landscape of Sri Lanka. So anywho, now let's get started with the lesson. Now we can talk about settlements. Settlements are established by a group of people to live together with cooperation to be protected from enemies and wild animals and to avoid a harsh environment. A settlement is not just a place where people live. It includes economic, social, and cultural activities, religious places, buildings, gardens, agricultural lands, and infrastructure facilities. Settlements can mainly be divided into three groups: rural settlements, urban settlements, and rurban settlements. It's like rural and urban. Rurban. Now we can talk about rural settlements. Rural settlements are places where people mainly engage in agriculture and fishing, using natural resources for primary economic activities. Villages near tanks in the dry zone and fishing villages are examples of rural settlements. Urban settlements. Urban settlements are areas with a high population density and limited land space, mainly focused on non-agricultural activities. Colombo, Gampaha, Kandy, Jaffna, and Matara are examples of urban settlements. Now we can talk about urban settlements. Urban settlements are areas that have both rural and urban features. In these areas, rural characteristics gradually disappear while urban features develop. The outskirts of cities are examples of urban settlements. Economic activities. The economic activities of Sri Lanka can mainly be divided into three sectors: agricultural sector, industrial sector, and service sector. Agricultural sector. Rose agricultural activities are carried out in Sri Lanka. Paddy, home gardening, and chain cultivation are common in the dry zone, while tea, coconut, rubber, vegetables, and paddy are grown in the wet zone. Tea is mainly cultivated in mountainous areas. Fishery and livestock farming also belong to the agricultural sector. Fishing is carried out in coastal areas and in inland reservoirs, while livestock farming is common in Ambevela, Patipola, Polonnaruwa, and Hambantota. Industrial sector. Most industries in Sri Lanka are located in Western Province. Main industries include assembling, plastic, tire, textiles, confectionery, and handicraft industries. The government has established industrial zones in Sitawaka, Polonnaruwa, Ratmalana, and Meenuwangoda, and free trade zones in Biyagama, Katunayaka, and Koggala. Service sector. The service sector is important for improving the living standards of people in Sri Lanka. It includes services such as education, health, transportation, electricity, water supply, security, sanitation, and communication. The contribution of the service sector to employment is increasing, and most service facilities are concentrated in urban areas. Infrastructure facilities. In recent years, special attention has been given to developing infrastructure facilities to improve the living standards of people in Sri Lanka. Major developments include roads, electricity, and water supply. Road development and transportation have been given high priority. The road network has expanded across the country, making travel easier. Although urban roads are developed, traffic congestion still exists. Recent governments have taken steps such as widening roads, building rural roads, constructing flyovers, and developing expressways. Electricity. Almost all regions of Sri Lanka have electricity facilities. Electricity is mainly generated from projects linked to the Mahaveli River, Kalu River, Kalani River, and Walaveri River. Hydroelectricity and thermal power are the main sources of electricity, while the use of renewable energy such as solar power is also increasing. Now we can talk about water. Sri Lanka is rich in water resources. Rivers, streams, wells, ponds, tap waters, and groundwater are used to meet people's needs. Water is used for drinking, cooking, sanitation, agriculture, industries, and electricity generation. Today, many water sources have become polluted. In urban areas, tap water is mainly used for drinking, while wells, ponds, and tanks are important in rural areas. The importance of water sources depends on the areas. Water and electricity are limited resources. Therefore, it is our duty to use them carefully and protect them for future generations. Influence of physical landscape of Sri Lanka on human activities. The physical landscape of Sri Lanka strongly influences human activities. Regional differences in the physical landscape lead to the regional changes in the human landscape as well. The wet zone. The wet zone of Sri Lanka has a suitable physical environment for many human activities. Various types of cultivation, a high population distribution, and a well-developed road system can be seen here. The dry zone. The tank system is a special feature of the dry zone landscape in Sri Lanka. These tanks were built according to the relief of the land and are connected to the irrigation system. Paddy cultivation, chaina cultivation, tank-based villages, ancient cities, and various types of cultivation can be seen in the dry zone landscape of Sri Lanka. Now we can talk about hill country landscape. The specific relief and climatic condition exist in the hill country landscape and the human activities have been adjusted accordingly. Jaffna Peninsula. The Jaffna Peninsula is the northern part of Sri Lanka, has a unique landscape. Limestone is abundant and the climate is dry. People in this area have developed agriculture using groundwater and red soil. Influence of human activities on the physical landscape of Sri Lanka. In this lesson, we studied how human activities are influenced by different types of environments. As the population increases, the use of physical resources also increases. As a result, the impact of human activities on the physical environment in Sri Lanka also increases. So that's all for today, guys. Like and subscribe to my channel. It makes me happy and not depressed. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video and I will be posting my next video really soon, or maybe even I've already posted it. Who knows? Anyway, it's time for me to take a break from the screen time. And I'll see you guys in the next video. And until then, bye.